Hi guys, I'm Heaven the Hedgehog. Welcome back to the stream. It's been a very streamy full day, hasn't it? We started off today with Good Crafternoon, and then we played a whole bunch of Gigantic, a lot more than I intended, but I just couldn't quit. I had so much fun. I had so much fun. Thanks again for Blue Battlehawk for joining me. Also Muscador, Ferocious Kitten, and my wonderful husband. So, I'm still calming down. Turns out, I had some caffeine before I started streaming Gigantic. And I think that might be why I was getting so worked up, why I was hyperventilating, because I don't typically drink caffeine, and if I do, very little amounts, like in tea. So, still coming down from that. Oh, that's right. My tablet got knocked off the desk again when it fell on my hand in the middle of yet another match. I need to learn to move it first, because apparently I just get too excited and can't keep it on the table. So what we're doing right now is we're just going to do a little bit of planning for Gigantic Cosplay. Next week we start our Beckett month. Oh, come on. Go in your home. In your home. This is going to work. Ha! Success! Alright, yes, I did turn the mic back on. So we're going to be doing a little bit of planning. Sky and I are going to be working on Beckett's guns. So we need to first find references. How do we invert? Control-Shift-I. There we go. Or deselect Control-D. I'm not good at hotkeys. So, I looked online real quick. Unfortunately, we don't have access to a Beckett cosplay kit yet. As far as I know, I haven't seen anything telling me otherwise. Let's expand this one. So one thing that we want to do is we want to do her little guns that merge into the big gun. Unfortunately, I can't find a picture of the big gun. So we're just going to do our best with the little guns. And if I find any sort of reference in the meantime, between now and next Tuesday, then I will use that. What was it again? Control-Shift-I. So reference gathering is like the key element of any cosplay. You need to make sure that you know the ins and outs of your character. For instance, you want to do more than just one quick look. I like to plan for about at least 2 weeks up to a month before I get into anything. I know when we were talking about Transistor last time, it was like, yeah, let's do all these sketches. But then I discovered the next week when I was playing that the quick references that I'd found, the first one, like the first page of references, didn't show the actual shoulder of her dress, and I had it completely wrong. So that's why you want to take your time. Make sure you get it right. That way you will have the best cosplay you can possibly have. I want you to have the best cosplay you can possibly have. That's what I want for myself as well. So we took a few things. I'm just getting it chopped down, so we're only looking at the guns because that's all I care about. I'm not doing a full Beckett build. Timber is going to be doing the wig and the goggles. So I'm not worried about that. I'm just focusing on the guns, which makes this a lot easier. But Sky really wants to do the full gun thing, which is where they merge into a shotgun, but I can't find a picture of it. At least in like the 5-minute search that I did. That's the way it goes sometimes. What is this? Oh. What has happened here? Okay, all better. My thing went all wonky. And let's put that over there. Bring my sketchy page up and switch this to black. So, both pistols are identical, so I don't need to worry about that. It looks like the top has this piece that goes all the way down the center. A block right there. And then the barrel. And maybe about that far down is this thing. Which I'm just doing a quick outline right now. I'm not doing anything super detailed. Oh! That's what that's doing. These are like mid-transformation right now. They flatten out and then go like that. I think that's what they do for the, excuse me, oh burpee, for the shotgun. And then there's a bit of a casing around here. We are going to be making this out of EVA foam because EVA foam is awesome. Bottom thing. And then another block and some little bits down there. And of course, nubbins. Alright, so that's kind of a top view. Let's get one more thing there. Do some gray. Just so that I know what I'm looking at later. Chances are on Sunday for that episode of Cosplay Hunt, we might be taking a look at Beckett as well to see all the different ways we can cosplay her. Kind of fits in nicely for me that way, so I don't have to set aside a whole bunch of time to work on this. I can just do it for the stream. Because that's kind of what my stream is for, talking about cosplay. Alright. Get that in there. And there. Alright. From the front, we've got a square. Barrel. Looks like we've got a bit coming down right there, then extending. And that comes up about halfway and also comes down in a U. So one of the things that I'm seeing that's standing in our way for getting this to work as a morphing gun is this roundness down here. So what we would need to do is have a seam right in there, and then hinges right there and right there. As best I can figure, that's what would need to happen. Alright, and then got our pistol handle coming down right there. Ooh, this one's a really good reference. That one right there. I'm just going to sketch it out completely. I like copying these things because that way you get a better idea for all the pieces and how they fit together. A little bit more than just staring. Alright, so too far. Got a bit that comes around down there. And I'm sketching it by looking at it again to help me understand, as opposed to just tracing it. But that's just me. This is the way that I work. Maybe it's not the way that you work, and that's perfectly fine. That goes there, that goes there. A little bit too high there. And then we have the straight piece that comes all the way down. And 3 holes in there. Maybe I'll get to use my wood burner for those. Oh, I love my wood burner. Or at least I hope I will love my wood burner. I haven't had a chance to use it yet. Got a little niche right there that comes down. Why is this going dark? I think I'm having some connectivity issues today. About 1/3 of the way down is that. Got another detail bit right there. No, that comes all the way back. So I think right now what I've got is the back end too long. So I'm going to shrink that down. So about right there is where that comes. Did you hear my puppy barking? Chances are he wants Sky to throw the ball. Shanks is a fetchaholic. Hi again, Ghost Eye. Just doing some sketching, calming down from Gigantic. Reveling in my wonderful dinner. And trying to figure out Beckett's guns. I'm not sure what's going on right there. I might just ignore it for the moment. Center that again. So we've got a bit coming about here. And the guns kind of go, the handle kind of goes like that. So one thing you want to be careful of here is making sure that that grip fits your hand. You want to have your fingers curl around it nicely. So probably when I size this, I will trace this exact image out. That one right there. Like trace it exactly. And then project it up on the wall, hold my hand like this and see where the hold my hand like this and see where the handle fits. That's how I size most of my props because I have a projector. It's this cheesy old tracer projector that my grandma got me, I think when I was in middle school. And now it comes in handy. Now is when I use it the most. Oh, I know what's going on there. That's not right. That's not right. Also, this is coming down too far. So the handle comes straight up, and then this is the trigger, right there. So that's her finger coming across right there. And then we've got the barrel opening right there. Alright, I'm just going to trace it 100% now, because I don't have to do it later. Alright. Let's go to a smaller brush size. Oop, too big. So you've got that coming down there. There. And it looks like that's kind of the back block. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that about halfway and then bring that over to kind of compensate for the fact that it's at a weird angle. Hi there, Chainfire! Good crafter night to you too. How are you doing this evening? I'm just doing some planning for the next gigantic cosplay stream where we're going to be looking at Beckett. Specifically, I am looking at her guns and trying to figure out if there is a way to make them morph into her shotgun the way they're supposed to. Alright, let's bring that up more. So it looks like Beckett's whole thing is lots of curves and straight lines. If that makes any sense and doesn't just sound stupid. So I'm going to bring that up there. No. They kind of meet up even. If you don't happen to have a projector and want another way to size a weapon to yourself, what I like to do is kind of measure the character, figure out a unit scale for that. For example, I'll take the pixels and figure out a way to divide that so that I get a nice round number. Such as, for example, every 10 pixels is like or every 100 pixels is a foot or something like that. Whatever works out for your character. And then use math to match that height to yours. Figure out how many pixels high is your height in relation to that character. And then measure other things from there, if that makes any sense. Chances are I'll end up doing that in a later stream at some point. It's kind of hard for me to describe right now, but that's what I did for Ashling. Like, crazy measuring of everything. Like pixels to units to inches is what I ended up doing, and my units was something arbitrary just to get the numbers down to something more manageable. You know, what I divided to get pixels to units. I'm sorry if it's not making sense. It's something that I do, and it works fairly well for getting the proper proportions down, so that you look proportional to your weapons and you look similar to the, you know, how your character is proportioned as far as weaponry and clothing and all that goes. Although sometimes you do have to make exceptions. For example, Ashling's hair would have gone down to my butt. Oh, am I making sense, Ghost Eye? I hope I am, because I'm confusing myself right now. It's been a lot of streaming today, and I'm not good at describing this kind of thing. So don't follow your measurements religiously. You do have to make exceptions. Like I said, Ashling's hair would have gone like all the way down to my butt, and it would not have looked right. So I adjusted it so that it fell on my back about where it falls on her back to make it look better, and to be less heavy. Oh, that hair was so heavy. Also, her coat, I brought it in more so it didn't flare out quite so much that I would fit through a normal doorway. So it's the little things that make a difference, such as making sure you can fit through a door without squeezing and possibly rubbing your costume up against something that might mark it, and so that you don't get stuck anywhere. And because you don't want to get all the way to the end and then find out that something just didn't scale well. So that's why I spend so much time on planning and sketching. I'll take a picture of myself standing like in a T-pose or something like that, something neutral, and kind of draw over that to figure out what I want things to look like. The more time you take on this stage, the better everything will end up. This is where you'll learn to cut corners, or this is where you'll figure out what corners to cut. This is where you'll figure out what you need as far as materials go. And where you can fudge things a bit in the details. For example, googly eyes make great rivets. And you do want to spend as much time as you can really getting acquainted with your character to make sure you don't miss anything when you're constructing them. So I'm not sure about these lines, if they're a crease or just something that was done for the modeling. That's kind of why, you know, the barrel is all hexagonal. I don't know if I would do that, although it would be easier to do it that way. Circles are a bitch. But, I don't know. One thing, you know, you need to keep in mind that looking at a game model is going to be blocky. The shapes are not quite going to be right because they, you know, they approximate things in order to keep geometry counts low so that you get a game that renders faster. Because if all of these models were, you know, thrown into the game at 100% detail levels of polygons, it wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. Which is why the texturing is so important, to kind of fake the details and all that. I rambled. I wandered off into different territory. Sorry about that. And then we've got circle, circle, and circle. Okay. So that's the drawing that I will use to scale the gun and to pattern off of. Let's see. It looks like it was approximately right there with the initial eyeballing sketch. Oh no. I overlapped it like an idiot. There we go. And that's what the gun looks like. For the most part. Close enough for now. Oh, I missed a line. Did that there. I'm drawing this on the wrong layer. I'm always drawing on the wrong layer. I forget to switch back when I go in for color. like I said, this will be 100% EVA foam. No wood filler this time, no Bondo. We won't be using the barge glue again. I missed another line. This is going to be just foam, which means it's going to be really lightweight. Oh, what got stuck in my throat there? It's going to be really lightweight, very durable, and we're going to have a bit more wiggle room as far as forgiveness of the material. Foam is a lot more forgiving than EVA foam is a lot more forgiving than styrofoam or resin. Because if you mess up a shape, you can just heat it up and shape it again. No big deal. Trigger right there. So if we do have this so that it merges, that's going to be tricky as all hell. We're going to need hinges along this spine piece here. Let me finish coloring this in, and then I will pop over to this image down there, which seems to be the gun's mid-transformation. Oh, one thing I missed is there's a little piece right there, a little U. That sticks out just a little bit. Alright, close enough. So, look at that. So the orange section of the gun opens up. And then somehow they smash together and form a shotgun. I don't know how. I'm looking at it, I get, okay, opens up. Now what? I don't know. And I don't know that I could get gameplay footage that would show me how this works. Because you see her from behind, you don't see her from the front. One of the hardest parts about doing Aisling was I was playing her before we got the cosplay kit. So I had to watch an hour's worth of the only gameplay footage I could find because it was still in beta. There was like one video from PAX East that focused on Aisling, and I went through it at like quarter speed. Hi.
How's it going?
And took screenshots the whole time trying to find the front of Aisling. So this is kind of the gun's mid-transformation. So the barrel, or like the casing thing opens up,
Okay.
and then something happens so that they go together. But I don't know what.
What does each individual one look like?
Largely like that.
Alright.
Oh, there's a little nubbin down there. I didn't see that. This is why we have multiple reference images. Do you want to scoot in? He's joining me.
What?
I said he's joining me. Hi, honey.
He's way over here. Completely off. Okay, that's fine.
No? Okay.
That's fine.
Get back to me then. So you can see there's a seam down there.
Yeah.
So that whole bottom thing opens.
I see it with transformation. Okay,
But
so
then
each
it's,
of them opens up like that.
yes.
Alright.
And then it's possible that once they're open, this whole central portion rotates.
Uh-huh.
So that the handles fit together. And the barrels end up side by side, maybe?
Maybe. Can we see the completed gun?
Nope, can't find it.
Can't find it. Ooh.
Can't find it.
Did you
Well,
try
then-
just playing the,
Yeah, you're right, because Gigantic does have their character pages. I haven't looked there yet. I did a 5-minute search.
Okay.
There. Isn't planning cosplay exciting? Alright, it's this one, right?
Are you streaming this thing?
No.
Ah.
Let's see. So I'm not sure if they can see this or not. You can see this! Alright, so I'm just going to keep clicking on this one. Alright,
She
so...
did that off screen.
Yeah, she did. But we can see the weapon.
Alright, so both handles are definitely there.
Yeah.
Like the handles themselves don't fit together.
But... I'm not sure that we can make it so that it merges. Because the handles end up like that, don't they?
Yeah, there's the one on the bottom, there's one on like the side.
Yeah. I want to pause it! Where'd my print screen button go? There it is. Let's try one more time, you guys. I think I got it. Let's try this. Nope, wrong screen. Wrong screen. God damn it. God damn it. Alright, so we'll bring this back over here. And we're going to try again. Okay, okay. Did I get it that time? Yes, we got it.
Yeah, nice. That's what we need to see.
Yep. Alright, you guys, we got it. Oh no, chat disconnected.
Oh, hey, Jinx. Oh, buddy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's put this on top.
Mm-hmm.
Take a look at this.
He's a little peanut butter cookie.
He is a little peanut butter cookie. How'd you know?
Nice, Daddy. Okay.
So, yeah, I don't think we can do this because it makes something entirely different. So these bottom pieces push out and lock together. That's that bottom thing right there. The whole thing slides forward.
Oh.
And they open, but then they fit together again. And then you're right, there's a handle. Oh. There's a handle there, because there's the trigger.
Uh-huh.
And there's a handle there with the actual trigger.
Yeah.
And we've got these things merged.
Those things are totally what's inside the
Yeah.
the casing.
Hi Jacob, thanks for the host. How are you doing this evening? But yeah, that's all that's inside here.
Yeah.
You could, I guess this is possible. It's just gonna be, it's not gonna be fast. It's not gonna be a fast transformation.
Oh.
Let that go along there. Lines right there.
Alright, so those things are...
So yeah, that's down there.
That's what...
And that whole thing slides forward.
Yes. That
And
slides forward.
pushes that way.
Pushes which way?
This way.
Yeah.
Oh, you just ended your stream? What were you streaming today, Jacob? Alright. So yeah, so these were embedded in there and they went forward and up.
Mm-hmm.
These pretty much stayed where they were.
Yeah.
And then one of these handles did something weird too. Or completely detached and then reattached over here. Like there's this panel right there.
Uh-huh.
That's this right here.
Uh-huh.
So I think that the handle detached and then reattached. I was streaming some gigantic. I was streaming earlier too.
I wonder if we could,
So the question is, do we need this to open? Or just rotate? I don't know. I don't know. And yeah, part
symmetric guns and make them attach asymmetrically.
Yeah. So those parts match.
Uh-huh.
So we got 1, 2.
It almost seems like the guns, like the barrels, slide in different directions.
Oh.
You know, so you end up with one handle here.
No, like I said, I think it detaches entirely because look, the rest of that handle is back here.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it is still back here, so it just comes off completely. We're trying to figure out how to make Beckett's guns in foam and also have them transform. I'm still not convinced we can do it. At least not easily. Yeah, we got the nubbins there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, if we could make the left handle like.
We would need magnets.
Huh? Oh yeah, no, we'll definitely use magnets. So if we could make it so the left handle, when the thing like opens up, if we could slide the handle forward, then we wouldn't need to detach and reattach the handle.
But it does detach, because the back end of it is still over here.
Yeah. So what I'm saying
There's
is
still this whole chunk.
Is just for one of them. So imagine that we make like, you know, the very basic of this gun is going to be a barrel and a handle attached to it. So if we can make that handle capable of sliding up and down that barrel.
What we might need to do is build it and then figure out how to disassemble it. That way we've got a whole actual physical thing that we can move around.
Yeah.
That would be
we'll use some
my suggestion.
Magnets and springs.
In fact, it might be easier for us trying to do this not to have these fold out, but instead just rotate them or something like that. Because having them fold out means they have to slide up this thing, while this thing, or up this right there, that gray thing, and then as that slides forward.
Yeah.
Because this line right here, right there, it disappears. I think that's the connection line.
Yeah, that's the connection. So I was thinking we'd put magnets on those so when they connect, they go.
Yeah.
And it might be. Now, are her hands actually like? Is it one here, or is it?
Yes.
Like this?
No, she's like this.
Okay.
Because look, that elbow is bent.
Uh-huh.
And that hand is coming forward right there. She's not holding it like this. She's like this.
Yeah.
Oh, did you get? You're gonna go take a look at Beckett.
Yeah. Tutorial.
This is why you plan. This is why you plan, you guys. And we are gonna have to do some more planning off stream to figure out the build, to figure out how to pattern this. Which maybe we'll do the patterning on stream, because working in foam, we've gotten pretty quick at it. We discovered this year, this very short year so far, that we can make a full suit of foam armor in a month. And I find that mind-boggling, considering it took us like 3 months before that. So yeah, I think that if we leave it to, like, we'll figure out the patterning before next week, and then, or before the week after, depending, because I know for Mozu we had the kind of general talk episode where we had Vinod, who came on, talked about Mozu with us, and we showed off some sketches about all the different ways you could cosplay Mozu and talked about what our game plans were. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing that again, or if we're going to have a half hour of sketches and game plan and then just dive into it. I need to talk to Timber about that. I just don't know yet. Because I know that Motika's been busy, and I don't know if they'll be able to spare a developer to come hang out with us for half an hour. And plus, then we get building sooner, which can be good. Oh, excuse me. Oh, you're going through the tutorial?
Yeah, because I can have her there.
The problem is you can't see her front.
Yeah, no.
Like I said, that was the problem with trying to find reference images for Aisling for the front, before there was the new kind of hero show-off thing on the website, and before there was a cosplay kit. Because I had like one basic image, 2 images of her standing forward, but her top half was typically blocked by one of her arms. And so now we're having that same problem with Beckett, because we just don't have a cosplay kit yet. I don't know if Timber knows something I don't. Finger crossed, maybe she does. But I'm not going to hold my breath. Ugh, this is going to be tricky. This is going to be tricky. But yeah, we'll just do the whole thing in foam. Might carve out these circles with wood, a wood burner.
Okay, so here, if you want to look at this, I've got like the back view of the gun.
Sorry, just 1 moment.
Oh yeah, you can see.
Her hand is forward.
No, yeah, her hand is definitely forward, but I think that her hand is.
Shoot it? Yeah, her hand's forward.
Yeah, her hand's definitely forward. I agree with that.
Okay. So EVA foam. Arch glue.
PVC piping. We're gonna want pipes for
The round bits.
yeah, and anything that's gonna be sliding or moving. We need something that's better than foam for that.
Okay. PVC. And of course Mod Podge to coat everything. Sandpaper. Paint.
So actually, if you look at it, from where the back one is, the entire barrel has moved way up from that.
Yeah.
But from where the front handle is, the barrel hasn't moved at all.
But it is no longer connected to the rest of the back of the gun. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I get that.
So these are the materials we're going to be using most likely. And magnets.
Yeah, I need some magnets on that.
Yeah. We're
By the way,
also...
you're covering up
Oh,
part of what
whoops.
you're writing there.
There you go. Sorry about that. What are you thinking? I'm just making home noises?
No, I'm thinking that we can do something. We could probably do something pretty clever here.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you want to sleep on it?
So,
Planning's exciting, you guys. Super exciting.
So let's see, they go together like this. Then this hand is supposed to rotate down and then push forward. Right?
I think it just attaches and reattaches.
But if because we already need to bring the barrel forward on the barrel of the right hand gun needs to go
Yeah, I get that.
up. And I'm not talking about the big
Yeah,
big
not
piece.
that.
No.
But that.
Yes, that part itself needs to go up
Yes.
on one gun. And on the other gun it's in the same place.
No. Because the back end of both guns is right here.
Yeah, but relative to the handle it's in the same
No,
place.
the handle just attaches. Don't think about this handle in relation to how the rest of the gun is moving.
I think that you're being too hasty on this handle detaching. I think that we should use the handle going forward to facilitate the movement of of everything.
You think so?
Yes.
Well, we'll try it.
Okay.
Okay, I think my way would be easier.
Okay. Well, yeah, your way is going to involve say down, take this apart, push this forward.
Well, it's not gonna be just a whoa, yeah, now I've got a shotgun, regardless.
We'll see.
I leave these complicated things to him because I'll get frustrated and we run into too many cooks in the kitchen syndrome where we end up at odds and I'm convinced I'm right and he's convinced he's right, like right now.
Oh, boy.
And I'd rather paint than figure out mechanics. So I'll leave it to you to try what you want to do as far as making it morph, okay?
I think it'll work.
Okay. Typically your stuff does work, it's true. It's true. I have to admit that. Even though I fight it at the beginning every single time.
I know you do.
Every single time, you guys. I fight his ideas. And then we end up going with them anyway. That's how we ended up cosplaying Cyrus and Issa. Alright. I think this might be okay for now. And then what I'm going to end up needing for the pattern, this is build.
Hey, chunks.
And then pattern. I'm going to end up needing Sharpie and pencil, ruler, poster board, and projector or math. Alright? Yeah, I just don't see the glorious design in your head. It's true. I don't see the glorious design in your head. That is 100% correct.
Yep.
And like I said, that's why I'm just going to leave that aspect to you, because that's not the hill that I want to die on.
Puppies can see it. Look at the look at the adoration they're looking at me with. They can see the glorious.
Yes. They're hoping you have food.
They understand the glorious plan.
So that's the general plan. Let me move this up again. For how we're going to tackle Beckett.
The guns, at least.
The guns, at least, yes.
What thickness of foam are we going to be using?
Probably a combination of half and quarter.
Okay. You sure foam's the right thing to work to do this? I am making a.
I'm not using styrofoam again.
Well, no, I don't think we shouldn't use styrofoam.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if we should do more of it in plastic.
You think so?
Mm.
If we can find easy to use pieces of plastic, then sure, we'll do that.
Yeah.
But if we can't, then we're going with the foam.
Which
because
pieces?
the foam will get these these round shapes easier.
So you're just thinking all of the tan shapes are going to be foam?
All the tan would be foam. Depending on the weight of everything, the handle.
Oh.
I mean, we could always do some of it in resin, like cast the handle in resin so we have something sturdy enough to hold on. We'll super glue it on or something like that. But I was thinking this could probably be foam, maybe, if we don't find plastic. And then all this.
Yeah, I think we're going to want to find plastic for that
foam. Because you need to hold its shape and be equal.
Yeah, we need to hold its shape be equal. We need it to be moving. Basically, any moving part can't be foam.
Okay. Well, then we'll figure it out when we pattern it.
Okay.
But yeah, I was thinking these orange pieces would be foam to make them more lightweight.
Yeah, all the
and
orange
because
pieces,
they're simple enough that we can just get that detail in there.
Yeah, all the orange pieces I can see being foam.
Yeah.
But all of the mechanism is going to need to be done in plastic.
Yeah.
Hopefully we won't need metal for anything.
Well, we're going to need magnets and something for them to connect to.
True.
So probably this line right there may end up needing to be metal.
Uh-huh.
Just a strip of something.
We might need to find some like rails too.
Yeah.
Anything that we want to slide.
And again, I'm leaving that to you to figure out.
Yeah, no.
That is your parade.
Yeah.
Alright. Good first planning session?
Yeah.
We talked about materials, we had a fight.
We had no fight.
We had a disagreement.
You were wrong.
I'm not convinced I'm wrong. I'm just giving up. And we traced out what we're going to need for the pattern, which is that thing right there. At least to help us get that pattern and figure out the sizing.
Yeah, we might be able to cast the handles.
Yeah. Because foam won't hold up.
Yeah, it can't be foam.
And if we cast it in resin, then we would at least be able to get it to fit our hands nicely, as opposed to carving in wood, where you just hit the point where you're just like, I'm done. And then we'd have to pat it. And we could carve it in wood. I feel like resin might super glue better.
Yeah, the resin glues to plastics pretty well with super glue. That's definitely a thing.
We'll figure it out. We generally do. So pretty much at some point we're going to build this whole thing out of paper. And that will be our pattern pieces, and then we'll move on from there. Okay. I think I'm done planning. Are you done planning?
Yeah.
For now?
Yeah.
Okay, I am done. I'm done. I'm just not in planning mode right now. It's 9:30. Do I cuddle or play more gigantic?
It's gonna be your call.
I know. Well, I guess I'm gonna sign off and figure that out for myself. Thank you guys for joining me for this little planning session. I know it's not very exciting, but it's necessary. And yeah. I will be back again on Friday for sure for another good crafternoon and some more gigantic fun over at the Hedgehog Hangout. which I guess is what we could have had today, but I forgot to call it that. So yeah, so Good Afternoon will be at about 1 o'clock, 1:30, and we'll be playing Gigantic at some point after that. Either at 7 or before 7, or both. We'll see. I hope that you have a great evening, and I will see you guys later. You can find all my information down below. If you want to contact me for anything, suggest something for another cosplay hunt, or if you have any suggestions for what we could do for Beckett's gun. And I think that's everything. Good night, guys!